Transblue's partnership with Dawson Place and with the Transforming Hurt to Hope luncheon and event has allowed us to confidently grow the event to raise more money and raise greater awareness about the free services at Dawson Place. Dawson Place, in its simplest terms, exists because every child abuse victim deserves safety, justice, and healing.
In 1985, there was an idea that nationally was created called Child Advocacy Centers. We fine-tuned the idea over several years. In 2006, we were created, and in 2010, we moved into this building. And each year, we have an annual event. 2 years ago, we had 700 people in the room. We heard it was a record for how many people even fit in the event center in Everett. One of the amazing things about what Transblue did for us is you have been our keynote sponsor. So we were able to hire our keynote speaker knowing that it was already paid for and that we could really go forward with this huge event that is an enormous undertaking and have not only a fundraising event, but it is a celebration of the work that is done. It's a celebration of the staff, it's a celebration of the people that have supported us, and it's a celebration of the community, and people look forward to it every year.
I am a big fan of Transblue as a business, but really the values that the company, they don't just carry them and speak them, they live by those values, and that's unique, I feel. I would be very proud to know that when I come to work, I'm not only doing something that will better my life and my family, but I'm doing something for a company that's giving back and making my community a safer and healthier place to live. You should take pride in that, because not all companies are like Transblue.
There's been a fish theme at Dawson Place since we were created. We hired a mural artist that had done murals for other nonprofits, and she was amazing. And if you walk through the building, there's murals throughout the building. And every one she created, it was like this work of passion for her. This fish room, she spent hours in here, and they just make it warmer and more friendly.
We are a single location that houses all the different disciplines necessary to help children and families heal, find justice, and to just move past the trauma of child abuse. We do serve over 1,100 children and families a year who have experienced child abuse, and we help them get through that trauma in their life and help them move past that.
Providence Intervention Center does advocacy, they have the hotline, they do therapy for adults, and they have the medical exams, and those all happen here. So kids don't have to go to the emergency room, but they can come here for their exams and their kits. And so that for kids is so much easier to come somewhere that is safe and comforting and warm like this fish room versus sitting in an emergency room where they're terrified.
One of our exam rooms where kids go and they have well child checks, but they also have forensic examinations to try to gather evidence. The ceiling is covered with all these little sticky hands and animals. Those are from kids that have been here and received help at Dawson Place and completed their examination. The sticky hands are something where when kids come in, they will notice and they'll ask about it, and the nurse gets to tell them that those are other kids just like you that came here for reasons just like yours. You're not alone. You know, we're going to take care of you. Those kids are doing fine, and you're going to be okay too. And it brings a calmness and a comfort to a child to know that this confusing thing that's going on has happened to others, and it's not just me.
We also have CPS in the building who are located upstairs with the sheriff's office. And that is amazing because then they're able to team up and really work on cases together. Next to the detectives who work for Snohomish County Sheriff, there's the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office. Then there's the Dawson Place organization, and we own the building and we lease space to all those organizations, and we facilitate the multidisciplinary team, so we keep things coordinated, and we do the outreach community engagement work. So we go out into the schools, we go into the community, we give trainings. And then we also do the forensic interviewers, and they also work for Dawson Place. That's part of the Child Advocacy Program model, to work not for one of the sheriff's or the police organizations, but to actually work for a separate organization to keep them more independent. So we have 2 interviewers that work for us as well. One of the things that happens when we have forensic interviews is the interviewers are not allowed to provide comfort. Their job is to gather information. and in a neutral manner. But what the dogs can do, the dogs will jump on the couch right next to the kid and curl up and put their head in their lap. They're incredibly trained, and they just lay there and let the kids just put all their anxiety right into them. And so those dogs provide the comfort and the compassion that the interviewers are not allowed to do. So for the kids, it's a way to have a buddy with them in some place where they can't have a buddy or a mom or anybody else. And the other thing that the dogs do is this work can be really hard on the staff. And there are times when detectives like to think they're kind of tough and prosecutors think they're kind of smart, but when they have really bad days, you'll find them somewhere in the building, laying on the floor, petting the dogs. The dogs not only do that for the kids, but they do that for the staff around here.
We have big plans and big ideas of things that we can do but are not doing yet. And Transblue has put us in a position where we have more connections in the business community and created a wider donor base so that we have more resources to work with.
One of the things that we've been able to do with money from Transblue and from other organizations, we've been able to really expand our webpage so you can see a lot of the detail about how we work. And I don't know if it's there yet, but there will be a donation page there if you'd like to donate to us.
Transblue has really been a great partner to work with. You really care about those who work for you and with you in doing well in business. And you create beautiful things, be them landscapes or fixing things that may be broken or the different work that you do. You are beautifying the world around you. And that's really similar to what Dawson Place does, except we work with children and families. And we take something that maybe is a little bit broken and we make it beautiful.
We've gotten a chance to know the Transblue team over the last 3 years. I remember when you first toured the building and your team was so interested and listened so well and were so enthusiastic. And I thought, these people are they're unusual in the way that they approach life. And so that is one of the things that strikes me, is not only how successful you are in business and how generous you are to the community, but also just who you are as people. So for that, I'm very grateful.